Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars and welcome to another top 10 list. Today's list is my top 10 favourite Liam Neeson films. Now as always when I do a top 10 focused on one actor or actress, this is just my opinion. These are my personal favourite films from Liam Neeson. This is not me saying this is his top 10 best films or best performances. These are just my personal favourite films. I'd love to hear in the comments any that you think I've missed, any that are your favourites. Liam Neeson for me is a very versatile actor. He's been around a long time. My personal preference of my favourite type of his films are mainly his action orientated stuff. I think are generally very entertaining. But he's done a wide variety of stuff over his career, his long career, and we shall touch on many of those on this list. So as always guys, thanks for watching. So there are three films that I want to talk about that didn't make my top 10 list. I enjoy all of these films and Liam Neeson is in every one of them. The first one is Excalibur, a film that I used to watch all the time when I was younger. He doesn't have a prominent role in the film, but he's definitely in it and it's a very good King Arthur film. The Commuter that came out not too long ago, about 3-4 years ago, something like that. Another one of his action films. Where he's like this commuter on a train, and I thought it was very well made, very entertaining. And Next of Kin is actually a Patrick Swayze film from the late 80s, is it 89, something like that? And Liam Neeson, this was one of his early roles in Hollywood, plays like his brother who's like a redneck. And they have to team up. I think Patrick Swayze is like this cop and Liam Neeson's like this redneck brother. They've got to team up to track down the killers who take out their baby brother. It's actually really quite an underrated film. But coming in at number 10 on my list is Unknown. I really like this film. I thought it was really well made and a really nice mystery to it. It's a mixture of like a mystery and action, and he plays like this guy that goes to this conference. He's a prominent doctor, goes to this conference, loses his memory, goes back to find his wife, and only to find he's been replaced. And the rest of his film is figuring out who is this guy that's pretending to be him, happily married to his wife, and he's got to try and figure it all out, put all the pieces together, the fragment pieces of his mind, and figure out who he is. It's really good, really entertaining, and does have some fine set pieces in it too. Coming in at number 9, again one of his early Hollywood films. I think was this 1990, Darkman, the Sam Raimi film. Really good film for Liam Neeson to do. He plays like this doctor who basically gets terribly scarred when he's taken out by some mob members, and he uses his research to kind of rebuild his face and things like that, and he's got like these superhuman abilities and things. It's actually a really good film, very nicely filmed, some good action scenes in it, and for me it's one of those kind of superhero films that really gets forgotten. I think it's because of just the time it came out, but it's really excellent. Coming in at number 8 is A Walk Among the Tombstones. I've actually reviewed this one on the channel. I watched this a couple of years ago. I didn't watch this one for years because I just didn't fancy it. It looked a bit dull to me, but I'm so glad I did. This is like an action thriller, and he plays this guy who's hired to investigate this thing, and he gets embroiled in this real deep corruption, and there's like a serial killer storyline going on. It's really nicely done. Very fine performances in it throughout, and Liam Neeson is just, he just holds the screen really well in this. And I actually think this is a really underrated, really nicely written film. Coming in at number 7, another one of his action blockbusters, if you like, NonStop, where he's on a plane. He plays like a marshal on a plane. He's a bit broken down, and he gets these messages basically saying that he's got to kill someone in the next someone's going to kill someone in the next 20 minutes, and he's got to basically get them this ransom. So he's got to kind of figure out who is it on this plane that's doing all this. You're given loads of red herrings. It's a really nicely put together action film. Again, it's another one of those that you roll your eyes and think, Really, another Liam Neeson action film? But if you actually give this one a go, you'll be super entertained by it. It's really fantastically well made. Coming in at number 6, I think one of his most underrated films. It's the A-Team. I definitely wanted to do a misunderstood movie review of this at some point when I get around to rewatching it. I really enjoyed this film. I mean, I was a big fan of the A-Team when I was a kid. So to bring it back to the big screen, I was really excited to see that anyway. But I just thought the casting here in this was perfect. Liam Neeson as Hannibal, and the rest of them, perfect casting, and it's a really fantastic action film. First, and Liam Neeson and the rest of the guys here do a really good job. It's a fun action film and definitely underrated. Coming in at number 5 is Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Now then, this film obviously has its critics in regards to a Star Wars film. But for me, there are many, many highs in this film. One of these highs is Liam Neeson's performance. I think his performance as Qui-Gon is brilliant. He does it really, really well. Him and Ewan McGregor make a great team. He has some great lightsaber moments in this film, Qui-Gon, and he plays like this mentor character absolutely brilliantly. And for me, there are some high points in this film. I don't think it's as bad as everybody makes out. Yes, Jar Jar Binks, forget him, but Liam Neeson is brilliant. Next on my list is Batman Begins. Again, he went through a stage in his career where he kind of played mentors and things like that, and his role in Batman Begins was great in a number of ways. He is basically Bruce Wayne's mentor for much of the film. He carries that role off absolutely brilliantly, and then he's obviously, spoilers guys, later revealed to be the main villain of the film. So for him to kind of play like these dual roles, if you like, was just wonderful to see, and he played the role really, really well in an absolutely fantastic Batman film that sparked one of the greatest trilogies of all time, in my opinion. Coming in at number 3, I think this one's a little bit underrated by many too, and it is The Grey. The film about the plane that crashes and then the people who survive the plane crash are hunted by a pack of wolves. I thought it was really, really good, this film. Liam Neeson was absolutely brilliant as this guy, trying to keep this group together, trying to keep them alive. Edge of the seat stuff, really exciting to watch. A really good survival action thriller. With some fantastic performances, chief of which is Liam Neeson's. Yes, you could argue that the ending was very, very disappointing, and I do believe it was, but it doesn't change the fact that the film is brilliant. Coming in at number 2 for me, I had to put Schindler's List here. I've only ever seen this film once, but it deeply touched me. It's a film that I don't think I could watch again for obvious reasons. It's emotional, it's upsetting, it's educational. It is, for me, a very, very powerful film. And it's a film that I won't ever forget. And it's just littered everywhere with absolutely incredible performances. And I think Liam Neeson did an absolutely brilliant job here. And I think this is an absolutely beautiful film. It has to be taken at number 1. I think this is the role that sent him into the stratosphere in regards to an action star, a legitimate action star. It was a film he wasn't expecting to succeed. He was expecting it just, to go straight to DVD sort of thing. He didn't think it was going to be that big a hit. How wrong he was. It spawned 2 sequels and a TV show. But this first one is easily the best. It's endlessly quoted by many, and just really fantastic fight scenes that he carries off effortlessly. It's a wonderful film, and I think it's his best film. So there you go guys, that is my top 10 personal favourite Liam Neeson films. I'm sure there's some of you already thinking, oh well, what about this film, what about that film? Again, I do reiterate, this is only my personal opinion, and these are the films that I enjoy most of Liam Neeson's. Again, it's not me saying these are his best films, it's not me saying these films are his best performances. I haven't seen every single film in Liam Neeson's filmography, as I haven't many actors or actresses. There's one or two that I probably have, but most of the time none of us have time to watch all the films in people's filmography, so there are some that I could potentially watch of Liam Neeson's and still enjoy them more than some of these on this list. However, I hope you enjoyed the list, guys. I really enjoyed putting this list together. Please don't forget to fire some suggestions in the comments if there's a top 10 list you would be interested in me doing, and I will definitely consider doing it. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you like this top 10 list, and of course I will be back with plenty more content on the channel very, very soon.